Good afternoon, everyone. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Sai Shiva Raghavan Ganji, and currently I'm working as an assistant manager at National Agricultural Cooperative Marketing Federation of India, and my current posting is at Calcutta. So I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to Agricultural Information Journal or editorial session for giving me this opportunity to speak on behalf of on the topic scope of MBA in Agri-Business Management and the job opportunities in different sectors after agricultural business management. So let us go straight away to the table of contents. So we will discuss the basic aspects of agribusiness as well as agribusiness management. So what exactly is agribusiness as well as agribusiness management, followed by how this agribusiness concept has been evolved in the old as well as in India, and then importance of agribusiness management. And next comes to the major topic, what is MBA Agribusiness Management course and what are the different sectors of agribusiness management for job opportunities, as well as the government and private job opportunities after pursuing MBA in Agribusiness Management. So without wasting much time, we will just go with the basic introduction of agribusiness management. So what exactly is agribusiness? So everyone knows about the fact of basic concept of agriculture, as India is an agri-dominant society with 54% of rural background people who involve in agricultural operations. Likewise, agribusiness is a concept with a combination of both agriculture and business activities, which is commonly referred to as the commerce in farming and farming related activities. So, agribusiness covers all the operations of the supply chain, starting from the production level at the farmer level, including value addition, supply chain, processing, and distribution of farm-based goods to the final consumers. So all these operations together involved is called as agribusiness operations. And the companies in the agribusiness industry comprises of all the aspects of the food production activities. So next comes, what is the difference between agribusiness as well as the agribusiness management? So agribusiness management is generally considered as the navigation for the future of Indian agriculture. Why? Because agribusiness management is the application of business skills in the area of marketing, finance, economics, and management in the agricultural industry. Whereas agriculture is a concept which involves only the production, productivity, and yield aspects, whereas the agribusiness management involves all the marketing, finance, economics, and managerial skills that need to be developed for agricultural activities, which is called as agribusiness management. So we will go with the basic concept of evolution of agribusiness concept, how this agribusiness concept has been evolved. So initially the agribusiness concept was coined in the year in 1957 by two Harvard Business School professors, Professor John Davis as well as Professor Goldberg, after they published a book called The Concept of Agribusiness. So the main purpose of publishing the concept of agribusiness book in 1957 is during the time in America, based on the government norms and activities, there was no much development in the scope of agricultural related activities. So the two professors thought that this agribusiness concept should be gone to the private players or the corporate players. So just like other sectors like mining, renewable energy production, as well as other sectors. Likewise, agriculture sector also will be developed. So keeping in this concept, they have started and published a book in the name of a concept of agribusiness. But however, it has took around 150 years since 1850 to till 2020 for the development of this agricultural business concept, which has been updating year on year. So the agribusiness concept and evolution in India has been started post independence after the Green Revolution activities, because everyone knows the concept that Indian agriculture scenario in the initial phase before green revolution is for their self-sustainable activities. So whomsoever the farmers grow the agricultural produce that need to be self-sustained, and if there is a bit more, they used to go for this barter system kind of activities. But however, after the green revolution, the major production and productivity activities in India has also been increased drastically. So now the people has surplus of production and crop in their own hands after the self consumption. So what they need to do with those stock, if it is kept like that idle, so the stock will be depleted. So in that case, the concept of agribusiness has slowly evolved in Indian scenario. What people started doing is people started doing business activities in India. They slowly started distributing the surplus stock to the one state to other state in India. And during the period 1980s to 1990s, where in 1993, the LPG era has started, globalization, privatization, and liberalization period has started. The emergency of this agribusiness activities in India has been drastically increased when compared to the post-independence era of 1960s. So what has happened is people started changing from self-sustainable cultivation activities to the marketing related activities in these agricultural practices. So in India in 1996, the first agribusiness school has started, which is named as National Institute for Agricultural Marketing as well as Agricultural Extension Marketing, which is now called as Manage in Hyderabad. And slowly after that, the scenario has emerged and many new institutes has come up along with the ICAR recommended agricultural institutes for keeping this agribusiness as one of the course curriculum for teaching the students in respect of business related activities as well as in respect to the advancement in technology related aspects. So thus evolution of agribusiness concept has started in India as well. So let us take an example of the production of fruits and vegetables in India. So as per the financial data of 2022, there was a total of 312.08 million metric ton production of fruits and vegetables in India. But however, the post-harvest losses has been accompanied up to 25 to 30% in India. So the post-harvest losses in India is majorly due to the fact that there are no proper infrastructure, there is no proper marketing and business development activities done by the farmers to the prices of onions and tomatoes has been increased drastically in 1 year. Let us suppose say, so let us suppose the prices of onions have been drastically increased in this financial year with up to the retail price of around 80 to 100 rupees. So keeping in this mind, the farmers will start cultivating the onion in the next financial year, which they end up in losses. So where they will not get any retail price and they end up in getting only 1 to 2 rupees per kg and they end up in losses. So this is due to the non-management skills of the farmers as well as the members the agricultural operations whom they don't have now about this agricultural demand and supply gap and the value chain gap that they need to be fulfilled in these technologies. So so here comes the role of the agribusiness activities or the importance of this agribusiness management activities, where it is the sum total of the all operations involved in the manufacturing and distribution of the farm supplies, production operations on the farm, as well as the storage, processing, and distribution channels from the farm commodities to the final consumers. So the primary goal of this agribusiness is to maximize the profit while satisfying the needs of the consumers as well as the producers, including overall supply chain. The importance of agribusiness activities also manage resources, managing the agricultural resources to get output as well as earn maximum profit to the farmers. So in this aspect, the advantage of agribusiness is to produce more number of profits to the farmers and also create less output will be much more better when compared to the normal activities to the final consumers. As ensuring the quality of the food, agribusiness management also helps in ensuring the food operations as well to the consumers, as well as the nutritional values of the operations will be increased. As well as, agribusiness operations also helps in marketing and distributing the channels where the supply chain and value chain will be much more better and the logistical operations will be comparatively better when compared to the normal level operations. It also helps in innovation and technology adoption. As we all know, the application of artificial intelligence as well as the drone technologies in the current situation of agricultural practices has been incorporated by many of the latest startup companies with the concept of following this agribusiness activities or agribusiness management. And the major activity of today's presentation is the scope of MBA in agribusiness management course and what are the job opportunities for the students who pursue this MBA agribusiness management course, and what is the joining procedure for the students about this course. So the basic four questions that is involved in this joining procedure is how to prepare for MBA agribusiness management, what are the exams that need to be given for the admission and the eligibility criteria for the students who aspire for this agribusiness management course, and what are the institutes that are offering MBA agribusiness management in India. And the major dilemma for many of the students who are pursuing is what after MBA agribusiness management. So we'll go with the step-by-step procedure, starting with how to prepare for MBA agribusiness management course. So the basic criteria for joining this MBA agribusiness management course is any of the graduate who passed out from agricultural agri-allied sector with a 50% of the graduation score are eligible for this MBA agribusiness management course. And this Agri Business Management course is a 2-year full-time residential management course for the students who had completed their agricultural and allied sectors after the completion of their undergraduation program. So people also need to understand the basic difference between MBA as well as the PGDM, post-graduation diploma in management, as many of the institutes are offering PGDM agribusiness. The only difference between MBA and PGDM is if any of the institute has been, any of the college has been affiliated to any of the universities or the institutes, so we call it as an MBA degree. Whereas if the institutes are autonomous, we call them as the post-graduation diploma in management course. So the admission procedure into any of these MBA or PGDM courses is a 3-step process that involves written examination, group discussion procedure, followed by personal interview. So written examination, when compared to the written examination, one should prepare for any of the following entrance examinations based on the institutes they are aiming for. So the entrance examinations includes CAT, CMAT, ZAT, ATMA, as well as ICAR JRF examination for the state level universities. So with the performance in the written examination, one can apply for the institutes they may eligible for based on the cutoff of the institutes. So let us suppose say if we take into consideration of the IIMs, top IIMs like IIM Ahmedabad and IIM Lucknow, the cutoff level will be around 95 to 99%. Whereas the tier 1 institutes like Manage, NAM, NIAM and Vamnicom, the cutoff level will be around 85 to 90%. So once students get the prescribed cutoff, they need to apply for the respective institutes, and once they meet the required criteria, they get shortlisted for this group discussion and the personal interview activities. And then based on the final merit list and the marks obtained in the group discussion as well as the personal interview, along with your graduation scores as well as your work experience, if there is any, so these all things will be taken into consideration for selection of the final merit list. So once the student gets selected into any of the courses, so they'll be allotted with the offer letter and given a prescribed time limit for joining into the institutes. So, what are the major institutes that are offering MBA or PGDM in agribusiness management in India? So, I have shortlisted top six national level institutes that are offering agribusiness management course with 100% placements. So, the first comes is Indian Institute of Management, IIM Ahmedabad, followed by IIM Lucknow, and the National Institute of Agricultural Extension Management located at Hyderabad, and then Vaikund Mehta National Institute of Cooperative Management, Vamnicom, Pune. And fifth one is National Institute of Agricultural Marketing, Niam, Jaipur. And the last one is National Academy of Agricultural Research Management, NAM, Hyderabad. So these are the major six institutes in India that offer PGDM ABM course with 100% placement scenario every year. And there are many other emerging institutes providing agribusiness management and also some major state agricultural universities offering MBA in agribusiness management course as well in India. And the scenario has drastically changed since last 6 years, that many of the students who were opting for traditional practice of MSc agriculture followed by PhD in agriculture, the scenario has been changed from MSc agriculture to MBA in agribusiness management, considering the fact that the placement scenarios as well as the growth and development in this emerging sector. The objective of this what are the major objectives of this agribusiness management course? So the major objective of this management course is to develop a strong foundation in business and management principles, followed by a specialization in agricultural industrial dynamics, and to enhance the leadership and decision making skills of an individual. And the course curriculum major subjects includes accounting, marketing, supply chain, and technology related subjects. In general, most of the agribusiness offering institutes will have the course curriculum where the core business courses will be like finance, marketing, and management operations. And some specialized agricultural courses like value chain analysis, business development in an agriculture, supply chain activities, international trade will be added in the course curriculum. And also students will also have a wider scope of analyzing the case studies and the practical applications that has already been happened in the agricultural industries. And students also in addition will get an opportunity to do this internship with many of the major agricultural related companies, that includes agri input companies, banking, microfinance, supply chain companies, export companies, and etc. And the industry partnerships includes the collaborations with the leading agricultural companies. Generally, most of the agribusiness companies will tie up with the agricultural companies so that the chief or the CEOs or the top level management from the agri companies will come to these agricultural institutes for offering their deliverables and guest lectures, so that students will have the basic idea of what exactly will happen in the agricultural industry. And students will also have an ample of opportunity to have a network with their alma maters, as most of the top level agricultural institutes have not less than 1500 alumni network working in various agricultural industries. And in addition to this, students who are pursuing this agribusiness course, so there are many opportunities for them in respect of scholarship and financial aids, as well as most of the institutes are offering scholarship to the best students, as well as banks like IDFC Capital First Bank is offering around 3 lakh rupees as a scholarship for the students every financial year. And also there is meritorious scholarship for the students who had enrolled in this course. So this is the basic background of the Agri Business Management course and the activities that and the course curriculum that generally happens in the Management course. So here comes the major dilemma for the students. So what after MBA or PGDM in Agribusiness Management? So as many of the students aspire for the early jobs and join in the Agribusiness Management course, as it is a booming sector. But there is a dilemma for most of the students as well, that what we should do after MBA or PGDM in agribusinessman management. So I personally says that it completely depends on the mindset of the students, whether they wish to go for the government government job opportunities, or they want to go for the private sector opportunities. So I have segregated and sorted out a few government opportunities for the students who were really interested to go for. So it involves ICAR or UGC net entrance examination, followed by ICAR ARS examination for the scientist position in agribusinessman management. And also there are multiple opportunities for the agribusiness management students in Food Corporation of India, Central Warehouse Corporation, State Warehouse Corporations, and some cooperative sectors like NAFED, NCUI. And also everyone knows NABARD offers major job related activities for ABM students in specialization. In addition, the students are also eligible for Agri Insurance Company, United India Insurance Company Limited, FSSA, Cotton Corporation of India, and other few includes HURL, NFL, NSC, National Seed Corporation, IFCO, and CRIPCO. These are the major government opportunities for the students in the sector of agribusinessman management. And also these government positions will be notified on every year basis. So when coming to the private sector, so there is a multiple opportunities for the students who wish to go for the private sectors. So there are the major sectors of private jobs includes agri input sector, banking and microfinance sector, export and import sector, FMCG and retail sector, commodity, research and consultancy, cooperative and development sector. So these are the major 7 to 8 sectors where students who are willing to go for private sector can opt for. So agri input industry, I have sorted out the major companies of the agri input industry where the students are eligible for. Like these are the top 10 agri input companies that include seed companies, fertilizer companies, as well as the pesticide companies. So the major companies includes United Phosphorus Limited, UPL Limited, Rallis India Limited, Godrej Agrovet Limited, Advanta Seeds, Bayer Crop Sciences, as well as the Chamber of Fertilizers. So, what is the career progression in the agri input industry? So, what is the entry level position for the students as well as the final level position that they can opt for in the career progress during the course of time? So, after the completion of agribusiness management, students in the initial entry level will be taken as a management trainee in in most of the agri input industry companies. So the entry level pay scale also will range from around 7 to 9 lakhs initially. So management trainee after successful completion of management trainee, so they'll be appointed as the territory sales manager, followed by area sales manager, followed by regional manager, zonal, followed by zonal business head, for and the final position they can go up to is CEO of the company. So this is an example which I have taken for the agri sales positions or the sales operations in the agri input company, fertilizers and pesticide companies. So once you go for this marketing related jobs rather than sales in agri input industries, so the hierarchy positions will be in such a way like management trainee, followed by territory demand manager, area marketing manager, zonal marketing manager, as well as the national marketing manager. So this is a general career progression in agri input industries. So, in addition to this, when we come for the career opportunities of the banking sector, so students will be eligible for many of the private sector banks like HDFC Bank, Axis Bank, IDFC Bank, and also there is a specialized position as a IBPS specialized officer for agriculture as well as agribusiness management courses. So once if students join in this banking sector, so initial level entry will be as a management trainee, and then they'll be appointed as the relationship manager or the credit manager, followed by branch manager and then regional branch manager or the regional business manager, and finally the country head. So likewise, when coming to the commodity sector, the major companies operating in commodity sector in India right now are ADM company, LDC company, as well as Olam International. These are the major three giants where students can opt for if they are interested for commodity sector. Commodity sector majorly operates in this procurement related activities as well as uh, artificial intelligence and data analysis activities in the current scenario. While coming to the commodity sector, the entry level operations will be like the management trainee and then followed by the procurement manager, and straight away they will go for the strategic marketing manager positions in the commodity sector. And as everyone knows, the export and import operations of India has also been increased in the last 3 financial years. India is one of the major agricultural export and import country where the private companies like Olam International, ETG, and Cotecna are recruiting students from major agricultural ABM institutes so that they will be appointed as the traders as well as the senior traders and the export managers in their career progression. And while coming to the retail sector as well as the cooperative sector, the hierarchy will be followed by assistant managers and then deputy managers and then state head and national heads, and then followed by regional managers and then assistant managing directors and then managing directors. So retail sector involves the companies like Reliance Retail, more supermarkets, etc. And finally, the overall operations whichsoever sector that the students opt for, the general placement packages in the top tier institutes ranges from average package ranges from 7 to 9 lakhs in the initial phase, and upon the experience students are getting the package of around 12 to 15 lakhs in the course of their career progression in the span of 3 to 4 years. And I would like to conclude the session with a famous quote given by the former Prime Minister of India, Sri Manmohan Singh ji, that agribusiness and food processing are the important parts of modernizing our agriculture and moving into a phase where a more modernized agriculture helps not only farmers but also helps consumers. In addition to this, I just want to elaborate about one point about research and consultancy companies. So, as everyone is aware of the major research and consultancy companies like TCS, Infosys, Wipro. So, everyone thinks these are the software companies, but all these companies have newly emerged a agricultural domain in their operations, and they have given opportunity for the entry level positions as a junior analyst, followed by senior analyst, and then senior consultant and consultants. So they have also been involved in the agri related activities through their data analysis operations and data interpretation operations through AI technologies for analyzing the pesticide or crop diseases through AI database. So from this, I would like to conclude my session stating the career opportunities of the agribusinessman management activities, as well as how will be the career progression for the students who opt for agricultural business management. So thank you. So if there is any questions related to the same, so you're free to ask the questions, and we will discuss about the questions in the next 15 to 20 minutes.
Thank you very much, sir, for a wonderful presentation. I will take up the questions from the participants now. In the meantime,
Yeah.
can you please stop sharing the screen so that we can see your full video?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, and move on to the questions now. The first question is, can you highlight key skills that are crucial for success in agribusiness management roles within the agriculture sector?
Yeah, okay. So actually, the major skills that are required in this management course is the communication skills, followed by data analysis skills in the current day scenario. Why communication skills? Because an agribusinessman management professional in any of the sectors we have discussed earlier, So they need to interact with many of the stakeholders, starting from the farmers in the ground level to government officials, departmental officials, and then middlemen, processors, traders, and everyone in the supply chain. So the major skills that are required are communication skills and data analysis skills is the key role that is being played in the current day scenario, because unless and until we know the value of the demand and supply for the specific commodities in the recent times and the market research analysis in the recent times, it is difficult for an ABM professional to excel in their career growth. So likewise, it is same in such a way like, if you don't update yourself day to day, it's like, the survival of the fittest, we call it in the agricultural scenario. So you need to update with the current day trends. And also demand in this ABM has become in such a way, if you don't highlight your marketing as well as data analysis skills in the current day scenario, it is difficult for the students for sustainability. So I say marketing management and data analysis skills along with the communication skills are much needed for their success in this industry.
Okay.
Yeah.
What specific challenges and trends do you foresee in the agriculture business industry that MBA graduates should be aware of?
The major challenge most of the MBA Agri students faces in the initial phase of their career is they'll not have a proper analysis of choosing their sector, like where they wish to go for, whether they want to go for the government sectors or whether they wish to go for the private sector. If they wish to go for the private sectors, which sector, whether it is agri input industry or whether it is banking industry or whether it is microfinance industry. So it depends on the people to people, because few people are interested in traveling in their day-to-day activities. So agri input industry will fit much better when compared to the banking and microfinance industry. So students will not have that impact in choosing the sector in the initial phase of their career during the campus placements as well. So they'll be going in such a way like first come first basis. So they'll be opting whatever the company based on the packages. So I suggest that people need to choose the sector based on their personal skills as well as their preferences, rather than choosing with the packages, but rather than going with the packages in the initial phase of their career. This is one point. And the second point, the major challenges that they face or that they were about to face in the coming days is like there is a myth for many of the students that if we join in this agribusiness management course, so we'll be placed 100% or we'll be getting a package of 15 to 20 lakh. So that is a myth. So initial phase of your career, you need to struggle hard for getting into the top level positions, and keeping in mind that you need to update your day-to-day skills and your research activities, as there is a difference between MSc agriculture and MBA agriculture. In MSc agriculture, there will be a concept, the same concept, if you read it once, there will be no change in the concept. But in MBA agriculture, what happens is like you need to keep on update with the market technologies and market related activities and the global trends as well. So this is a challenge where most of the students thinks that they'll be in a perception that they'll be getting settled in a short span. But unless and until you feel that all these operations have been fulfilled by a student in the 2 years course span, then only they'll be getting the fruitful result. If not, the major obstacle they will go with, they will end up with no placement. So they'll end up with joining a company where their role is not up to the mark. So these are the two major challenges that they need to look for.
Okay. How does an MBA in agribusiness management prepare individuals for leadership roles in the agriculture sector?
Yeah, that's a great question actually. As students in this MBA Agri Business Management will have a diversified course curriculum in such a way like they will have involvement with all the market related marketing management courses, along with the leadership courses, as well as they will also have that engagement with the engagement with the agri related company professionals. So I guess not less than 30 to 40 guest lectures or the leadership sessions will be organized by most of the colleges, most of the institutes for the students in a span of 2 years. And also students will have this case study competitions as well as case study analysis projects, so that they will update themselves in these leadership roles. And students will also have an interaction with their senior officials or the senior alumni who has already joined in the top level management courses, sorry, in the top level management in most of the agri input companies. So they'll have a direct interaction with these students. So the challenges will be known to the students in the campus itself. So if the student like utilizes these sessions by the alumni or the industrial experts, so they can easily develop their leadership qualities within the due course of time. And once they reach the specific period of time, they have an opportunity to go up to the national level manager positions as well as up to the CEO positions, where there are few examples they can easily see in the current day scenarios. Most of the company CEOs as well as most of the company national heads has started their career initially from the assistant manager cadres itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could you shed lights on global perspective of job opportunities for MBA graduates specializing in agribusiness management?
Yeah. So the global opportunities mainly involved in export and import related operations. As I've clearly mentioned about three companies in the previous slide, that companies like ETG, Olam International, as well as Potecna. So these three companies are majorly recruiting students for their international placements. So international placements, so they will be posted somewhere in US or somewhere in Middle Eastern countries in their initial phase of their career. And the same role involves the analysis of the different crops or the global scenario in that specific area. In addition to this, students are also having multiple job opportunities, especially in US and UK in the current day scenario, as a a farm level manager roles in the current scenario. So the placement packages are also with the package of around 40 to 50 lakhs for the international placements in the top tier 1 and tier 2 institutes in the recent times, in the past 1 to 2 years. Hello.
Most promising career prospectus for MBA graduates?
Most promising career prospect for an MBA agri-business grad completely depends on an individual perception, because let me give an example of myself. So I generally prefer government organizations than the private organizations based on my individual perception. But if a student who wants to update himself on day-to-day activities and who wants to have a early career progression, I suggest students to opt for agri input sector specialized in fertilizer and pesticide industry, and then followed by commodity and export industry. So these are the major three industries that are emerging drastically with a CAGR of 15 to 20% on year basis. So these are the three major industries where the career progression will be much faster when compared to the other industries in agribusiness sector.
Okay.
Yeah.
How important is sustainable and ethical practices in agribusiness, and how does it impact career opportunities in this field?
As we rightly discuss about the sustainable and ethical practices in agribusiness management, it is likewise same as with the agricultural operations, because we deal with the farmers at the ground level, who are the major backbone of the agricultural or the Indian GDP as well. So what has happens is, like, in agribusiness, mostly if you're dealing with the farmer level operations in agri input activities. So we deal with many of the seed we deal with many of the seed companies, or we go with many of the fertilizers or pesticide companies which are directly or indirectly related to the farmers in the ground level. So the ethical practices should be maintained in agri business sector, because once the trust has been broken for the consumer or to the primary producer in agribusiness industry, there are high chances that the company will collapse in a span of 2 to 3 years, because the major funda in agribusiness industry is lies with the trustworthiness of the companies itself. So an employee who is dealing with the specific products, or who is dealing with the major operations, they need to keep this in mind based on the diversified activities or the geopolitical situations of the areas where they are dealing with, along with the basic ethical practices. So unless and until if we don't follow these geopolitical situations as well as the ethical practices, so it is hard for an employee also to sustain in the industry, because as we all know that private industries are in such a way, so layoffs will be much more when compared to the government sector. So I suggest sustainable and ethical practices should be followed by an every individual in every step of their career growth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Move on to the next question. Are
Yeah.
there specific regions or countries where the demand for agribusiness management professionals is particularly high?
Yeah, the major countries where this agribusiness demand is more is like UK, United Kingdom, Canada, and European countries like Italy, Italy, and Arabian countries like Iran, Iraq, and Syria, where the new innovative agricultural practices has been more when compared to the other countries. And US country in general, we had multiple opportunities for the students who pursue ABM and go for their job opportunities in US and European countries. So in the advantage in European countries is like you'll be selected as a data analyst, especially, or the business analyst. So you'll have the ground picture of all the business operations or the new trends or technologies that they follow in those countries. So the major operations of the work progress, what you need to do is analyzing the situation and giving the suggestion, market research suggestion to the companies. So US and European countries are highly recommendable for the students who opt for international placements.
Okay. What
Yeah.
role do technology and innovation play in shaping the future of agribusiness? And how can MBA graduates stay relevant in this dynamic environment?
Actually, the current day scenario, the major advances in technology has been followed in the agriculture as well. As we already know that, advancements in spraying related activities through drone operations, or the use of AI intelligent based technologies for analyzing or identification of diseases and pest control has been already developed, and many new emerging startups has been coming to the market. As we already know, many of the major giant startup companies that are operating from southern states like Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Tamil Nadu. So these startup companies are generally looking for this agribusiness professionals, because it will be a win-win situation for these startup companies who are using this technology basis, because ABM students are useful both in technical aspects as well as the managerial skills, as well as they analyze the operational activities. So for any of the startup companies, so there'll be funding procedure for the startup companies as well, who are majorly operating in this technology based activities. So the students who are highly skilled in this APM related programs, so they are having quite ample opportunities, and the demand for the ABM students in these startup companies are very, very high. As one can see, the starting packages in these startup companies which are dealing in the artificial intelligence, or the this technology based aspect, the starting packages were not less than 20 lakhs per annum. So students are having high growth, but the only challenge in this technology related companies are, as the companies are initially in the funding stages, if the company grows well, the sustainability of the company is good, then student will have a bright career. If not, students need to switch from one companies to the other. That is the only challenge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you share success stories of MBA graduates in agribusiness management who have made significant contributions to agriculture sector?
Yeah, I can give not one example. We have ample of examples. As we can see, every year, not less than 70 to 80 students are being passed out from the major tier 1 institutes. So one example I can give is, one of the person who is currently working as the national sales manager, handling total of 7 countries as a whole. His name is Mr. Rahul Pagar. He's currently working with the Limagrain Associates, which is named as HM Plus company. So he has started his career as a management trainee, and within 10 years of his span, or within 10 years of his experience, now he has been dealing with around, he is the head for the 10 different countries sitting in Hyderabad. So likewise, there are many other heads, as one can see. If you go for the banking sector, the vice presidents of the HDFC banks were the agribusiness management professionals who are currently operating from Maharashtra, Mumbai. As well as if you can see the commodity sector, the CEO of the ADM company is an agribusiness professional. And likewise, every sector, the top level management, everyone starting from CEO and COO are the agribusiness professionals only.
Okay. Thank you very much. We have now completed the round of questions. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, we like to thank Mr. Sai Shiva Raghavan Ganji for the talk and for answering the questions. I like to also thank all the participants in this meeting. This meeting will now be closed.
Thank you so much.
You're most welcome.